Hey, I'm Jordan with Jordan Plays Blue. This is my monthly roundup. Last month I was super late, and that happens, I guess, sometimes. I had filmed it on time. I just forgot to, edit it and actually make the video. So the theme, last month I talked about expansions. I don't usually do themes here. Next month will not have a theme, I promise you. But I've been playing a lot of kind of party-esque games, if you will. So I got a stack of party games, and I talk about those. And these are not necessarily your tradition. These kind of have the ethos of a party game. They're not necessarily like, run up and draw or act and kind of, they're not like a say anything or a wits and wagers or that kind of thing. These are more, one is more of a traditional party game. The other ones just kind of feel like they have the ethos of a party game. So, oops, all party games. All right. This first game I did pay for my own money, with my own money. I like to say that. This is Pray Another Day. This is a simultaneous kind of card game where you are. It is weird. It is weird looking. Look at that. Look at that. It's neon colored. It's got weird artwork. I think it's super charming looking, but I know that results may vary for you. It's from Pegasus Spiel. I picked this one up on they had like a sale on their web store. Everything was like 50% or more off. And so I got this one because I wanted it. It's Brett Gilbert, Matthew Dunstan. Those are two designers I really love. And yeah, like I said, simultaneous card game where everybody's going to play a card. Everyone has the same cards. You got bear, wolf, lynx, owl, and mouse. Everybody has the same ones. You're going to place a card face down on the table, one of those animals. Then you're going to go down it. And you're going to say bear. Next, first person, everybody who has a bear flips them over. If multiple people say bear, they get scared away. They sit out for that turn. If one person flips over a bear, then that bear gets to go on a hunt and try to hunt somebody else around the table. And bears eat anything else on the table. So they might say lynx. And if you have a lynx, you flip it over, you're out for the round. And then everybody plays a new card down, except for that person who is a lynx. Like I said, they're out for the round. And so you just kind of keep going around doing these hunts. It is a weird game. It doesn't sound like it would work. Every time I explain this game, it doesn't always make sense until you actually play a practice round of it. But I think this game is really weird and good it's all of that in a good way, if that makes any sense. I have such a hard time explaining this, like teaching the game to people, explaining it to people, explaining why this is a good game. This is a game you have to try to believe it, but I think this one's a lot of fun. If you have a chance to try this one out, it's weird. It'll be one of the weirder games in your collection, but some of us really enjoy showing people weird games, and this is a good one. Pray Another Day. Thumbs up for me. This next one I also paid for. This is Things and Rings from Allplay. I am a bit of an Allplay fanboy, which you guys know about. Because I think I talk about an Allplay game almost every month. They also release a lot of games, and I buy all of them. But this is a word deduction game. So, we're talking about party games. This one has kind of a word kind of feel to it. So you're going to make a giant Venn diagram with these 3 rings, and then you have these picture cards. It has kind of a Dr. Seuss feel to it. And you are going to be placing these cards in these different rings, and one person knows what those secret rules are. Think like Zendo, something like that. And you are trying to put them in the right section of rings that matches the secret rules that the knower knows. And if you got it right, you get to play another card. If you don't get it right, it moves to the correct section, and everybody's just trying to figure out where cards might go based off of where the other cards are played. And it's not one in which at the end of the game you're going to figure it out. At the end, you might win and not know a single rule, but based off the other cards, you just know this card is similar enough, but I didn't actually realize that it was words that, like, the words that had 4 letters, or words that fit, that are smaller than a bread box. Or, like, these are they're kind of weird rules. So like on the back of the box, it might be something that moves. They might have the same letter twice, or found in a house. And so you're putting these words down that are going to fit in these different overlapping sections, and it's a lot of fun. It's frustrating at times because you straight up might never figure out the rules, but it is quick enough, and hopefully folks don't take it too seriously, because I don't think it's meant for that. So Things and Rings, I've enjoyed this one. a lot as well. This next one I did get as a, I did not pay for this copy. I did a preview for it a while ago while it was on Kickstarter. Finally got my hands on a copy of it. That was my fault. This is Gussy Gorillas from Bitewing Games. And this is a real-time negotiation game. Think, if you've ever played the game Pit, that's like a super old real-time trading game with this bell that you're constantly dinging. And this one is real-time negotiation, but you don't know what card you have to negotiate with. So I'm going to have a card and it's facing away from me. And I'm essentially just trying to collect points on these cards. If you get cards of the same number, say I have 2 4s, those are going to cancel out. And then there's some other cards that kind of give you different you know, changes to things. Maybe that changes something from a negative to a positive, doubles something, whatever. And so I'm just going to show this card to other people, and other people are showing their cards to me, and I'm trying to say, hey, I want your card, you want my card, and you're trading back and forth. And it's kind of crazy, especially because it plays up to 10 players, so it can get a little raucous. But I think if you like negotiation games, this one is super different, super weird, but works really well. Gussy Gorillas, I like this one. And then lastly, this one is from Exploding Kittens. I did get this one as a review copy as well. And this is called Really Loud Librarians. Hopefully you can see the shininess on the box. And this is a word game in which it's almost like real-time Categories. I guess Categories kind of is a real-time game. But this one has changing letters. So Categories, you have categories, you're trying to write as many words as you can in that category with that starting letter. This one has you flip over a card with a category, and then you have changing letters throughout the round, and as you're doing it, you're moving around this track that's going to change the letters that you're using. I think it's pretty good. My kids like it a lot more than I do. I think that, honestly, I think it's a fine game. I don't think it's really anything to write home about. I would probably play a lot of other word games in place of this one, but the people I've played it with have really enjoyed it. So I'll recommend it based off of what other people think. I think it's probably like a 6, 6.5 if I were to rate it. I think it's decent. So Really Loud Librarians is another kind of word party game that I've played recently. So there you go. There's 4 kind of party-esque games. Check them out. I think there's some good stuff here if you like this style of game. There you go. I'm Jordan. Thanks.